Yo, what it do, support crew? Welcome back to another episode of Moral Support the Podcast, man. It's your guys here, Duane and Des. What's going on?
Hey, man, we here, we live, we in full effect.
Yes, sir, man. It's springtime in PA, baby.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? We back with the nice weather. So for those who like me, I like the winter. You know what I'm saying? I said this before. I like the grit. I like the grind. I like where you can just duck your head down and, you know what I'm saying, get yourself together and then pop back out during the warmer months. But for us, it's grind time every season. Grind season every year, all year round. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I'm happy.
It'd be a different grit though.
Yeah, no, sure. Definitely. You know, you could kind of
feel a little bit of sun on you. You start getting more lively. Come out of them, so to speak.
Everybody else is
depressions or slumps.
So happy, like much more happier now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like. It's the difference. It's like it's all gray during the summer or the winter months, and everybody feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of getting back into the warmer months where everybody's happy. People can like let loose a little bit. Everybody's good. You know, weather's good. You know, flowers are starting to bloom.
I'm about to say, life coming around, man.
We love
Season of blossom, man.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, we love it, man. I'm glad to be back sharing the space with my brother.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Always
and we are, looking to get some very, very good conversations today. So, you know, I'm gonna pass this to you. So I'm, because you kind of gave me the topics a little bit, but we ain't really go too deep into it.
Yeah, no, we ain't to touch it. We just gonna go.
Yeah, we ain't touch it. So this is all free game right now.
I know it's Moral Support the Podcast, right? So, we always trying to morally support somebody, ourselves, and then everything beyond. So, I'm gonna paint the picture, but then, we're gonna make it practical as we always try to do and give action steps and try to make it real, applicable. Well, we're going to open up the subject about, how it is to be comfortable in the uncomfortable situations, environments, relationships, the the plateau of developing, stuff like that, if you will. But what really had come to me is thinking about how sometimes we, what we find to be our comfort can be the same thing that makes us so much uncomfortable because it doesn't really work in the long run. So the analogy I came to my head is sometimes, a pillow's a great thing to have. It cushions you, it brings you comfort, but sometimes, if you sleep face down on your pillow for an extended amount of time, you can suffocate yourself. Like you will lose breath, you will lose the ability to get the oxygen that you rightfully need and desire. So making that practical, thinking about those situations and those things in life where, we try to be really comfortable in those situations and those circumstances, but are they really comfortable? Are they really comfortable? Go ahead, baby, go potty. And just that, bro, like really just thinking about those things. And I'm sure everybody got an instance. If you're a person who likes to grow, who likes to analyze and assess their life, you can think of a moment where, dang, man, I was comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. Easily. Yeah. Or
you're uncomfortable in an uncomfortable situation, but you work your way out of it to where you are good with it, Because that's normally how I start. I mean, most of us who are going into something new, whether it's a sport, a new just hobby, or anything, a new environment, like, you're always going to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, when you go through these uncomfortable circumstances throughout life, you learn to be comfortable with it. And but again, if you don't do it enough and throw yourself into it, more times than not, you're just always going to be uncomfortable. And you'll never really get over that hump. And honestly, that holds a lot of people back.
Yeah.
You don't see over the years, bro. Like some people just have like. They was touched by God, bro, with their talent, like what they, they got it. You know what I'm saying? But they're so uncomfortable with showing it to the world that they never really like uncover their true potential because of it. You know what I'm saying? And, mistake me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what you're saying. You can't allow it to suffocate you and hold you down from being the greatest version of yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Literally,
because
bro.
If you don't let people see what you got, what's the point of having it? You know what I'm saying? Almost like, and
especially when you talk about gifts and talents and stuff, bro.
Yeah, like, bro, it sucks, bro. It's heart-wrenching, like, because I know a few, like, who, bro, have it, like, have the intangibles, have, who people who are just, like, just gifted, bro, like truly gifted, and they're scared to show it to the world, or they're uncomfortable with how people may look at them, or you know what I'm saying.
Some people just don't see it for what it is.
Exactly. Some people don't even care that it. Yeah, they don't even care that they even got it like that. And that hurts. Like it hurts. And I'm not saying I'm not gifted. I'm gifted in many ways that other people aren't. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't got no straight out. Well, that I know of, no straight.
I'm about to say, come on now.
You know what I'm saying? I have yet to uncover that true talent, God-given talent. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, shoot, once I do, hopefully, it pops off.
But let's not be whatever the word you may want to apply there, because this is a God-given talent, man. I know everybody's out here doing it. I know anybody can do it, but there's a certain way that certain people do this stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Communication is a God-given talent. The gift to be able to, the gift of gab. Yeah. It really is. And I'm saying that because
I keep on giving.
You feel me? And I'm saying that because we listen to boys like E.T. and them boys. You know, they emphasize that, and then just in life, like we undermine sometimes those things just because like everybody got a tongue and a mouth, so it kind of just makes you think, well, I'm just another person talking. So you don't look at it as much. But then when you talk to some people and you realize how people can't communicate at all, bro.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of shines light on you just to see the dimness, or not even the dimness, but just the difference of, whoa, like this isn't just a given, like, and don't get me wrong. No, I'll just say this, and like you was talking about the talents, like I never looked at it like a talent until probably like when we start potting for like or doing content, and somebody spoke that into me. But like it always was like, if we had to work for it, especially if we ain't know we had talent, it made more sense to give it more of a value to it. Like, absolutely. I never knew anything to be a talent of mine, so I was just, any room I got into, I worked for everything. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's the people who do more than the people with talent, because you feel like you got something to prove, you got something to actually earn, and something to cultivate.
And you actually put it on a foundation to
it. Like I gotta go to practice, bro. Like you might feel like you don't gotta go to practice every day. I gotta get better, bro. You might got it already, but that person can pass it to the talented person because they're not cultivating their talent. And
absolutely, people like and again, like even with that, bro. Like I'm sure in all of our lives we done ran into people. I mean, you go to like New York, bro, or LA, and you see homeless people, like, or people who don't look too good on on themselves, like, who just have this crazy talent in something, like, you know what I'm saying, and they showcase it on a boardwalk somewhere, or something like just, you know what I'm saying, and it's just like, dang, like that's crazy, like, you wonder yourself how didn't it work out for you, or how did you end up here, and you're sitting on this gold mine, it seemed like, and I mean, I think a lot of the times is just people, like you said, don't realize what they have, don't care that they have it, and they just act as if it's nothing, or they just never cultivated it really. Like they never just catered to it to where they worked on it to actually feel confident and comfortable enough to put themselves in them uncomfortable situations to actually explore their opportunities. But yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, man. It's tough seeing it though. It's tough seeing it because you do see it pretty often, like. Unfortunately, we all got that dude in the hood who super always jacked, six pack, never worked out, like, you know what I'm saying, or super dope in hoops or football, and you just wonder, like, man, like, you know what I'm saying, like it happens all the time. It's untapped,
and there's so many variables to it.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You talking about, you need the right agent, you need the right manager, depending on what you're doing. Like sometimes people be having talent but don't know how to run a business. Like I mean, there's definitely so many variables.
But a lot of times it's just not working on it. Like not.
I see more so than often.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's definitely crazy, and I think a lot of us need to go through certain things in life.
Absolutely,
I feel like to kind of like be like, okay, now it's time for me to lock in with it. But you have some people who just don't ever hit that point. Like, like not saying they've never been to that point in life where they feel like they need it, but to the point where they actually do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real. That's real. And that's why I make it a point to, like, when I see potential in people, like the actual talented or the gift that they have, I gotta speak purpose into you, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, because people don't be shining gift. Like I did have like who was our guidance counselor in high school?
Mr. Lips.
Mr. Lips, like he did tell me like
My
one
dog,
point.
the GOAT right there,
Yeah,
Mr.
man,
Lips.
he
man.
was
Shout out
like,
Mr.
you know,
Lips.
you got a nice
You
voice.
know.
You should be on the morning announcements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I ain't. Nobody told me nothing like that before, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, man, you flirting with me for real. Like that ain't really, you just gassing me up for
Bro,
real.
You just unlocked the core memories for me, bro. Do you remember back in the day? You remember back in the day where they used to get kids, like students, in the morning to sing the national anthem?
Yeah.
In school,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's crazy. I don't know what made like the morning announcement stuff, but like
That's real.
That's crazy.
But all that, bro.
That's what you talk. Because the whole thing.
Now they shared the platform. Like some
Okay.
people did the announcement, some people did the Pledge of Allegiance, some people did. You know what I mean, like
I said national anthem.
Yeah. Nah, all that there though. But it's like them is that was this. Like that was this being cultivated. Like had we been in positions like that, then this would be 10 times ahead, bro. It's like, but people don't be cultivating and putting you in them type of positions. Typically, like people just. I ain't gonna say people. I say we don't. You know what I mean? Because he said it to me. I didn't take up on it. So because nobody at home ever said nothing like. If anything, I'm silenced at home. So for someone out here who don't know me from a can of paint, really just see me in passing, hear my voice, and say you should do da da da. It wasn't receiving to me. I wasn't receiving to it. So
you know what? I had a conversation with somebody recently about performance art schools.
Okay.
And how they do.
Yeah.
In them positions, like you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I can't wait to put my little ones in there.
And what my niece, I think I told you, my niece go to she went through one. I think it's called like Kappa or something like that.
Okay,
in Pittsburgh.
That's dope.
And she sings. You know what I'm saying? And obviously she get her learning, her math, reading, all that stuff, English, whatever. But they really push her for the singing stuff. So they put her in situations like she's doing like concerts, like she's doing like live shows and stuff like that, actually cultivating her talent.
That's dope, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And
early.
To me, that's like the dopest thing. I think that's what public schools should be like.
Yeah.
You know, what's their, identifying a kid's talent and pushing them for that. Not just a general. I mean, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the mass, like, okay, you just put them in public school. They learn same thing everybody else learn. But we not all the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all have different talents. We all have different interests. And you see certain kids struggling, in schools. And sometimes they're just because they're just not interested. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not doing what they want to do, or they're not working towards their actual talent. And sometimes, I mean, a lot of times the parent, fails to even recognize or define, like help their kids find
that's a sad
because they don't
part.
cultivate either at home. So it's like the kid don't even know what they like, or
because the school's gonna be limited. They can't touch every area. Like Pittsburgh did a good job when they put us in that rotation of us going through those different trades and stuff. Like we got to try,
and that was dope.
Yeah, I mean we got to try each little trade that we had that McKeesport had to offer, and then
was
by
it
the time
ninth grade year?
I think ninth grade, and then by the time our 10th year, we got to pick the actual election that we wanted. So it's like. That was kind of dope. You know what I mean?
That was hard
like,
if I could go back, I think about this too. If I could go back, I would have been. I would have chosen
BC or something. You know what I mean? I definitely did something. And it's like
construction, culinary.
You feel me? That was
cosmetologist. Like they, and that's that to me. That was so dope that they did that.
That's big.
I pinch myself now, like not choosing one.
Sure.
Because it would have just been nice.
Yeah.
I would know how to cook.
It's experience, you know what I mean?
I don't know how to cook right now, y'all. So I'm learning. It's a learning process, man. Just bear with me. But if I would have went to culinary, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would have been able to get myself together in that kitchen, But yeah, no, that's dope. But my whole point was that as far as the we talk about suffocating like your talents, or like just kind of like that the pillow. What did you say? What was it saying?
So the pillow can either comfort you or suffocate you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that goes like so many different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. But to speak to that with the performance art schools, it throws you into uncomfortable positions. If you have stage fright, if you have any of that, they're working on that with you, so you can.
And it's also like it's almost before you even get to the develop stage, right? Like at first you might just be shy to be on stage.
Yeah.
But then as you get older and you've never been on stage, it actually is stage fright because you've never been on there before. So for me to be 18 in my head thinking about me going on stage versus if I was on there when I was 10, it'd just be natural to me.
Exactly.
Like for her to get on, she do things in church and stuff, like she'll get up there and she'll do things, bro. And it's like, she's not really scared.
Yeah,
she's
because
shy.
she's not thinking really about what people think.
You feel me? That whole thought process of everything that we think about, the anxiety, and that's not present for her. That's not existing for her. So if you can get to the kids, and like you say, I feel like this should be a corporate mission between public schools that like we should be able to strike these things instantly, bro. Like again, you can't cover all grounds. Definitely parents gotta, be involved in this too. But like if anything, bro, exposure at minimum. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not with the he's a boy, he should just play football and basketball. Yeah. Bro, he's going to go chess club. He's gonna try some skiing, bowling.
You know how to play chess?
Nope. But listen, I'm for my sacrifice for his, I'm gonna learn. Or even if I don't know how to do something, I'm still gonna put him in a
At least
room
put him
where
in a position to where he can.
he can teach me.
Yeah.
That's fine, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna be
that's
that stuck in my head just because I don't know something that he can't go ahead and. Yeah, you know what I mean, like that's another thing. Like it's like if you ain't do it, then he shouldn't do it.
Exactly. Because you weren't exposed to it, don't mean they shouldn't be exposed.
Not at all, bro. You know how much I missed out on that. I'm gonna make sure that they don't miss out on, bro. Like,
but you know the beautiful thing in that though is like now being at our age, we have full control to try anything that we want.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for
So like
sure.
I think that's dope because now
ain't no excuses.
But there ain't no excuses, and obviously now boys having kids, you know what I'm saying? We're getting to this age where we can pass that on to the next generation to where they don't have to wait until they're 18 to go find out what's for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what they're just kind of interested in. You know, so that's dope. Like,
that's good. That's good. So that's one perspective, bro. So that's like that. You know, that's like the sexier perspective, so to speak. But like now you go to the other areas in life where we run the comfort and it really, you know, suffocates us. You talk about food, you talk about relationships, you talk about staying at jobs for 30 years. You talk about these things, bro, that, you know, they're so comforting, they're rewarding and upfront, bro. But again, you stay flat too long on your face on that pillow, man, and you start to gasp for air at some point, bro. So like
get a little hot.
Yeah,
what? On that side of the pillow,
you want to flip it over, do something different, but
flip it over to the cool side.
Come on now, that's a word we're finna sell. Hey, Nate, that's the pod name right there, the cool side of the pillow.
Yeah, for real, man.
Here it go. But yeah, bro, it's like I ain't gonna lie, my focus was definitely more so there when I thought of it, because like it's so sad.
Was there something in particular that kind of like?
So I jotted this down some time ago, to be honest. So there was at that moment, but when I revisited it, it went like to a plethora of different things. You know what I mean? Like I thought about, you know, just again, like I look at myself and I'm like, dang, man, I've been in relationships that was I just stayed because it was comfortable, bro. Like we knew we wasn't lasting. We knew this wasn't going nowhere, but it was just comfortable. I done did things, bro. I think about even where I'm at in my life of eating, bro. I'm like, bro, I used to really just be in so much comfort food, bro. I used to eat mac and cheese like nothing, French fries like nothing. I'm like milkshakes every time I went out. I'm like, bro, that was just so comfortable to me, bro.
Tell you what's comfortable for me right now is that triple dipper at Chili's. Oh my God, man! If you know, you know. That's a bad boy. Like I had to chill off it though.
I don't know what it is, and it sounds bad.
Man, what? Dipper. It's like now, you know, I'm a huge cheese lover. I try not to eat it as much because, you know, I try to be like conscious of it. But
it's
like,
a tough one.
Man, they have these Nashville high mozzarella sticks, boy. I tell you what, it's like the mozzarella sticks. It's like these little chicken tender type of things, and then they got these little like burger sliders. But it's like it's all like kind of like it's like they're not like all full. Well, no, the mozzarella sticks are big, and the chicken tenders are like regular size. But the little sliders are like small, but it's supposed to be like, you know, like this little meal. You get two of each. So you get 2 sliders, 2 mozzarella sticks, and 3 chicken tenders, whatever. I don't know. But man, what, bro? When I first had it, because I'm like, you know, I really wanted to try the mozzarella sticks. Comfort. I like cheese. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had ate it probably 1 week, but I probably had it 2 or 3 times the same week. Yeah. Probably had it 3 or 4 times in a span of 2 weeks. Jeez. And then I was like, you know, I had to pull myself together. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Now, like, it's been probably like 2 months now. So I've been like cool off it. Like now I'm good, but like I know myself well enough to know if I go back, if I go dab, oh yeah, we go back to another 2, 3 a week. Like that's just how I am.
Hey, and take that same thing, bro, and take that in different instances. Like you said, you know better. You know the consequences, whether you lived them or you heard of them, you read about them. You know that it just ain't the best thing for you, right? Absolutely, but it's just, it's so comfortable. It's just, you know, coming back and it's not killing me. At least it don't appear to be so. It hasn't killed me yet. That's, you know what I mean? That's what it hasn't killed me yet. You know, a little this don't hurt, but it's like, obviously, you know, we see certain effects and some certain effects aren't as magnifying for us, or they're just not to that, you know, urgent, you know what I mean? So right, exactly, you know, we wait and we wait till we gasping for that last bit of air to try to flip over to the cool side of the pillow. But it's like, think about that as so many things, bro. So even just a segue, so, you know, the comfort there is so real. And again, there's so many ways to take that and look in your life and just think like, dang, man, when did I have to pull that pillow think of a time where I had to just pull that pillow from up under me because it was just so comforting that I couldn't begin to breathe no more, man. Like, so what I noticed really as a highlight in a lot of people's comfort recently and in society, and it's really unfortunate, but we're starting to create judgment-free zones and judgment-free environments. And
so, okay, no, I'm gonna let you rock. I'm gonna let you rock.
Yeah. And then it can hop in when, I mean, we're starting to create them in the eyes to be accountable free zones. So, or I should say that vice versa, really. No. We're creating what we want to be judgment free zones, such as, I mean, we go on social media, Facebook, sometime even just going on IG, close friends. That's a big one that I'll preach about for sure. And these things are like, we handpicked who we want to be in our circle, who we want to see it, what we put in there. We're intentional enough and consciousness enough to decide that this only belongs in this place where people will only think this way. Yeah. Meaning accept it, tolerate it, affirm it, all these things. But is that a judgment-free zone, or are you just looking for accountability-free zone? You're just looking for where it's comfortable to maybe just let your guard down. And not everybody uses it to the same extent. So I'm not saying if you have a close friend that you're, I'm not saying that if you're on Facebook that you're. I'm saying though, we have to be honest and transparent with ourselves and just write out real with ourselves. Is there a reason why I don't got my family as my friend on Facebook? Is there a reason why I got my name as El Escobar? Like, is there a reason why I can't even put my real name on Facebook? Yeah, I mean, and it's El Escobar, whatever the case may be. Come on, bro. Like, Junior, is there a real reason? And I want you to really think about it, because this all comes back to identity. Yeah, it's all come back to you being really comfortable within yourself and the confidence within yourself, and having that, that worthiness, and that is made as a joke often. And in the eyes of all those things, and most people will say, that social media is a joke and it's not real, and all the things we say to, again, avoid accountability. But nobody's controlling your social media other than you. We post what we post. We say what we say. It literally asks you what's on your mind.
Mind you, social media is to joke, to have fun, but it is also a reflection of your personality.
At the end of the day,
that's like what it is. Like, you really think this is funny, or you really like being toxic, or you really like being serious all the time, or you really like this. It is a portrayal of who you are. Yes. It really is. Y'all can say like, oh, we on here just joking. Okay, but you really think that's funny? Like, or is it really a joke? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And who said that's what it's for anyway? It's a place that
I ain't gonna lie. I look at it as a social space. I don't mind people joking and stuff.
That's it, a social space though. But is every social space meant just to joke? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was created initially to kind of keep in touch with our people.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. Like, I think when I first got on Facebook, I don't know. I don't know if you've been on there before or after me, but I remember it was only adults. Like, you feel me? Like, it was only old heads.
It was on MySpace still.
Yeah, we still on MySpace, man.
Another time. That's where always a lot of jokes there. It was all playground over there.
Nothing but jokes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
literally.
But yeah, like, Facebook used to be straight old heads, like older people for like the adult entertainment. I guess. Yeah. Not, you know what I mean? But yeah,
social.
And then it kind of just over the years, I guess it just got younger and younger.
Yeah, we migrated for sure.
Everybody, but I mean, I don't know, man.
It's a tool, bro. So
it is a tool.
I don't say nothing's one way use, and I'm just saying like to say it's just for this. Like, so there's people who do business on Facebook. There's people who connect with family on Facebook, who do community stuff. Yeah. There's people who run, nonprofits. There's people who run businesses content wise. Like, there's people who do this on Facebook. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely so many different avenues. So it's definitely not limited to what you can do on it and what it is. Yeah. But I'm saying to duck the responsibility and accountability and say this is only for this, I feel like that's pretty immature to do so. Hold up. Don't snake us like that.
It's not recording.
Hey, we'll be right back. Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
All right, we back. Support crew. Technical difficulties ahead, but
sure.
we good. Or behind us now, but yeah, we back.
Try to shut us up for a second,
man. They try to get us.
Don't
man.
talk our talk.
They try to get us, but we back. We good. So we, just get back into what we're talking about social media and how, these social spaces are used for certain things, and I guess what you say, joking.
I mean, that's one people that one way that people describe it to be.
Yeah, but because you think it lacks
accountability.
It lacks accountability, right? Yeah, so they could go on there and act a fool.
Yeah, it's not you.
It's not really you. It's a whole different person.
It's AI.
Exactly.
This is internet. So that within itself. That's like me being on the phone with you almost, and me saying what I'm saying, and it's like, well, we was on the phone, bro. This is just a phone. No, we're on this right now.
I didn't really say that in real life.
Yeah, bro, you typed it or you shared a post that somebody else typed and you then forwarded your thinking into that post and put your energy. So it's like, again, and I don't think that everything that everybody shares is a reflection of them in totality, but you condoned it. So why would I not pin that to you?
I mean, I think it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think it really does reflect your personality.
Right?
You must have felt that. You know what I'm saying? You must have thought it was funny. You must have thought it, you know what I'm saying? It's not, if you share something and it could be something that just takes a shot at a group of people or just whatever, and you just jokes or something like that. Yeah. It's not just jokes. You felt that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
You felt that. And it's
we
cool.
be so selective when we want to hold people accountable like that.
Yeah, and it's cool. I'm not saying to, limit or base your thinking off of us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do, but just be accountable for what you're
stand
saying
on
or
it.
what you're doing. Yeah, don't get on saying I don't even know. I can't even really give you an example, but just
do some political stuff real quick.
Yeah, don't get on something political and joking about racism or something like that and be like, oh, this was funny, but just jokes.
Can't stand on it though.
I don't know, bro. You a little suspect now. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. Again, if that's you, as you
stand on it,
and I say honestly though, that's why I don't I'm fine as far as cordially with people who are just flat out themselves.
I respect it.
If you are just racist,
I respect it.
Look, I'm racist. I don't like your people because of this. I don't agree with you, but all right. You feel me?
I respect it though.
I'm cool with that more so rather than somebody who's low key sharing little closet racist is what they call them. I think stuff like that is just you just weird.
It's scary.
And it's scary. So it's and that's with anything, no, not just with racism, but just as far as any type of hate group. If you hate anybody for anything, you know what I'm saying, or if you are just a certain way, don't be who you are, loud and clear.
Right,
so we can all move around or move with, if that's the case, but.
And listen, I'm a super graceful, compassionate person, bro. I love everybody, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Bro, my grace extends beyond to what I even think I can even extend sometime. And so I'm not for canceling people. I'm not for writing somebody off. I don't like to label people. But we talked about it before as far as, we play judgment upon ourselves. What
absolutely.
you do gives your identity and your character and your
without saying
anything,
you are
bro.
who you are, and we we don't have to say it for you. We know what you are. We know who you are,
and that's that. So I'm not into okay, you shared this, so you're that. Obviously, but this is a part of you that you have shared upon yourself. So and made public at that. So
exactly.
I'm on some type time. So again, so when we're on these social media spaces or just public spaces in general, for real. And or even just friendship groups. What else do I want to go for? So I don't want to leave it too limited. Add what you will. You'll probably pick up on some things you can add it in. But just really just creating environments overall where it's this is okay for me to be less of the person that I want to be, and these people are acceptance of that. So I'm inviting them in, and we're only confined to these type of people. So if you're in my, I never had a close friends. If you're in my close friends and you comment on something judging me because I was doing this or doing that, you're out of my close friends. That's a sickness, bro. I want people to really realize, and again, not saying you're ill, but that is an illness that you have to definitely not cling on to and not accept. And because the accountability that you deserve and the love for yourself Why would you want to duck from that,
now,
bro?
I do want to ask. Now,
and pick my brain so I can spread it out.
Now, does that differ? Let's say, so like me, for example, I got a bunch of old heads and elders and stuff that that I respect and stuff on my Facebook.
Love it.
I am very conscious of what I post because I don't want to feel like I'm disrespecting them or making a fool out of myself.
That's good.
In front of my elders. Now, I'm conscious again of I don't hide nothing. Everything I post on there, it's not privately posted or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I will say, I don't know. I can't even think of anything that I would post that would make me feel like a fool of myself or making a fool of myself or anything like that. But I mean, let's say cussing for example.
I'm about to say,
I don't mind. Right. Like I cuss. Like I know I do. You know what I'm saying? But I am conscious enough not to do it in front of my elders because I do feel like it's disrespectful. Now I might throw a little something in there, but I'm not going to be vomiting out the mouth because it's just to me it's just disrespectful. Like I feel like it shows a lack of respect to the people that I respect. And but again, I'm just conscious of it. I don't hide nothing because I'm not living within anybody's expectations of myself, but I'm definitely conscious because I feel like it's a respect thing with me.
And I respect that, bro. And that's a great point. That's a pretty practical point to think of because I'm not, just because you may use certain language off the net and you don't use it on the net, don't mean you're double-minded.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like you said, you're conscious enough to respect other people because you're on social media. It's a public platform.
Exactly.
You're posting for others to see.
Exactly.
It's not for just you. You're literally posting so somebody else can see it. So,
and people say what they say. This ain't real life. It is though. Like, cause what's the difference between you saying this now in this space and then going out in public and saying it in the public space? It's just, to me, I'm not gonna lie. It's still coming from you. It's coming from your brain. It's coming from your mouth. Whatever.
It's more amplified on that platform.
Exactly. And me personally, I don't cuss. And I don't cuss around my elders. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't do that because we grew up kind of like, you gonna get smacked for that. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not grown. And I still feel like that. Like, I know I'm grown. I can say whatever to whoever. And I'm not gonna, whatever. But I still think about the respect aspect. Like, okay, if he's not, I'm not gonna disrespect his space. You know what I'm saying? And feel like, I don't know, but that's me though. That's just how I grew up.
That's good, bro.
And
that's respect, bro. Yeah. And okay, I'm glad. I love you, bro. You're a good
I
dude,
love you
bro.
too,
You
bro.
bring it all together, bro. You bring it all together because now we're at that what makes people do this, and it's that liberty thing. It's that I can do what I want. Nobody else, especially when we hit this certain point of independence in our life where. A lot of people have been, under some type of dependence that they feel like when it's time to spread their wings, they gonna go all out, bro. Yeah. So it's like nobody can tell me nothing. I pay my own phone bill. I pay for my internet. Who's checking me? And it's like that's not an ethical way to think, man. Yeah. That's not a moral way, a morale way to think because you're still supposed to have consideration and compassion for other people. So I can say what I want, and there's been seasons of my life where I had went on the internet and said what I want, bro. And I see memories on that time, and I be sick of myself. I'm like, dang, bro, like you didn't think about such and such who was maybe reading your posts. Like you didn't think about how they don't cuss and they gotta come here. And people will say, well, just delete me. Maybe I care about everything else you got to say, but I just don't care for you for when you use that type of language. And it's like, this is a public platform, so why do you have to use that type of language? And again, we're talking about, like, literally, bro, it's 2025, 2022, I think, is when I was just breaking out of that barrier, bro, where, like, my tongue started to be transformed. Yeah. So I'm not far removed at all. Like, it was yesterday almost to me. So I get the understanding, but I'm saying, again, when we're being intentional enough to create these certain spaces, like close friends and then making certain social media names, that's not us. So when people search us up, they can't find the foolishness that we really be on because they don't really want people to see us for the real us because this is how I act on social media, but this ain't how I act in real life. So just take me for who I am when I see you.
Just be you at the end of the day. If you are going to just be posting foolishness, whatever. Stand on it. Stand on it as Duane Tymous, though. Yeah, like me. I'm not posing as nobody else. I am who I am, and I'm gonna do my very best to be the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? For myself, my family. But I am who I am, and some people just aren't gonna like it. It don't matter if you a super clean cut, if you ain't never do a bad thing, you know, in your life. You know what I'm saying? There's still gonna be people out there that don't like you.
Facts.
But regardless, and on the opposite end of it, there's people that's just not gonna be there that don't like you. Period. So just stand on who you are. Be accountable. Be yourself, and you have to accept anything that may come your way.
And that part, bro, because there's like, you know, there's social credit in like China and stuff like that. And, and here it's coming our way, bro. Like, yeah, like. They can look, and yeah, it's definitely coming our way. There's people doing it. I think it's not like illegal now to do, but like people's looking, like an employer can look at your Facebook and say, I don't want to hire you because of the foolishness you post, bro.
I'm sure they do it now for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like people do it, but it's not, I don't think it's legal yet. But like China stuff like that actually got like a social credit, like how we got credit for our finances. They got that for, you know what I mean? That's so crazy. It's like, and I find that to be fair, bro. I love it because it holds you accountable, bro, because who do we think we are to just have this outright character on just social media and to not hold ourselves accountable to that, because we're on social media, bro. This is amplifying, and we talk about influence. So absolutely. If you're making this huge influence on social media, whether you realize it or not, whether it's 10,000 people or 5 people, whatever the case may be, you're impacting these people in this certain way, in this manner. If you apply to my company and I see you on there, bro, you out there causing havoc, I see you.
You know it's gonna come back to your company.
How's it not, bro? How's it not? Just tell me how that's gonna give me my insurance and my security that this will never come to my company. Because why? Because you tell me, this is how I act on social media. It's in you, bro.
If you could do that, if you could take that risk,
you feel me? So it's like, why do we try to dissociate those things where it's like, oh, just because I change my name or make this story where only certain people can see it, or just go in certain spaces where it's more accepted, that I won't be able to be held accountable. Like when you go out, and again, this is the point. When you go out your way to duck the accountability is my point. When you go out your way to change your name so your grandma can't find you on Facebook, it's like, dang, bro, like that don't tell you that you're not maybe the most influential person if grandma can't be on Facebook with you.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, like,
and I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of us can speak to it, bro. Like I've been there, like I've done it.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But you have to also realize what you're doing. You have to understand what you're doing, why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that part of the accountability is what it is. Like you have to just be accountable. I don't know what else to say. Like that is just really that simple.
Like, and you know, I think when I was in that phase, I just would I wouldn't add people. Obviously, I never had a fake name or any account.
You talk about Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, so like if Auntie was sending me from, I just didn't accept it or something. I knew, I knew what I'm inviting her into. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying because people will just say, well,
but I think that is right though, because it's like if you don't want her, again.
If I know I'm acting how I'm acting and it's not respectful to her.
But if you're not adding her, it's just like, look, like I'm just not adding you on there. And that's your right to have, you feel me? But I mean, again, I look at it like, I don't know. To me, it's hard to kind of be like super, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like for me personally, I don't like nobody that's just consistently commenting negative stuff under my stuff.
Sure.
No matter what it is. Just always got something to say. You know them type of people. I just want to argue. So like for them type of people, I'm not adding you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who I think is gonna put some sort of like problems or conflict in myself, I'm cool. But nah, I feel what you're saying though. Like I definitely feel what you're saying. I don't know, man. People are just, I don't know. I think scared of the accountability part, maybe. Because really it's kind of like a mirror thing. Like they're just
there it go though.
Look in the mirror,
and there's no mirror when it comes to social media, especially when you make those environments and those spaces like that. There's really no mirror. So like that's my point to how dangerous that can get and how dark that can get. Like, man, like nobody's holding you accountable for and again, you're going out your way and you know what you're doing is either wrong or maybe it's just in conflict or in contradictory to who you know yourself can be or to be, or like there's no the potential. Like I'm trying to say it without trying to hurt nobody's feelings, man.
Hurt the feelings, man.
Hurt the feelings. It's freedom. It's liberty.
It's liberty. You can do
all
what you
right,
want.
man. Grow up. Listen, nah, for real though, man. Like, nah, I'm gonna speak life. You don't gotta duck the accountability because listen. The accountability is just gonna grow you, man. Like you want somebody to tell you, Duane, Des, bro, you better than that. You better than that. And it's
I
not,
always appreciated that.
I
tell you this
bro.
story all the time about Dr. K, bro. Dr. K. Y'all know I failed Dr. K class, bro. I had to do summer school and all that.
Yes, sir.
Hardest class I probably ever took in my life.
Gave up.
I also though and this was what, junior year, bro. I did not like this man, bro. I did not like him as a teacher. I just did not get with him. I'm a class clown, bro. And he I remember, he had this strong accent, Russian accent, bro. Uh-huh. He said something to me along the lines of like, why you on your phone all the time? You never learn nothing. You don't do nothing. You don't pay attention. Like stuff like that.
Heavy like that.
And I used to, he's super direct.
But he didn't care though.
But he didn't care because he's like really teaching me something. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the best lesson I ever got from his class was not about the class. It was about life. And I think to me that was just so dope because when I went to summer school, I didn't realize what he was telling me until I went to summer school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wow, I wouldn't even have to like be here. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I would have just, he's giving me life lessons. If I would have took these life lessons, if I would have had these life lessons given to me before then, I wouldn't even been in that situation. But I appreciate stuff like that so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think.
And that's the reality. Come here, baby girl. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I'm about to, but check it out real quick. Send them my light real quick. So I want this to be real too.
Absolutely.
Whether we realize it or not, there's little ones like this looking. They're watching, bro. Like we're modeling that behavior. And could you imagine your little one being on Facebook and seeing you talk a certain type of way, act a certain type of way, or somebody doing the things that you're doing and not having no accountability to that? And then when they go out and act how they act, we be like, why? That's what they got modeled to them, bro. Like that's the standard and the bar that they got set to them. So it's like, Maybe I'm too in my head. Maybe I'm digging too deep, but that's good enough for me, bro. If this is going to impact people like her, man, I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it.
And even if it does a little bit, even if it's just a little piece of something, that's the whole reason why we do this podcast. Is because even if it's just a little piece of something that you can take from this and apply to your life, or give it to somebody else to help with their issues or their life. That's why we do it, you know what I'm saying? Because that slight little curve could have put them on the right path to somewhere. Or for the people who don't even have access to stuff like this, maybe this is all they needed, you know what I'm saying, to save their lives, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. To just make one little slight decision, it's different, bro. And I think people, they take advantage of that. And that's one thing I will say, don't, like, when people are talking to you, I don't care in what walk of life they is. If they trying to give you some advice, if they trying to give you something that you never heard before, take it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you never know, you might need to apply it later down in life because it might save your life. Like, literally, it might change everything. Because that one time back in 5th grade when you talked to the janitor in school, he told you this, and now you 25 years old thinking about what that janitor said. Like that, and then you move forward with it. Like, and then you give that to your kids or give that to somebody younger that or anybody. It could be somebody that's older. So I think it's definitely like, just take advice from people. I'm not saying you have to use it, but consider it at some point in your life because you might need it. And I think that's a big thing. But a lot of people, especially from the teenage years to so on and so forth. Everybody think they know it all. Like everybody think they know everything, but don't nobody know nothing. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? And that really bothers me sometimes.
Yeah,
so, I had to learn that myself.
Yeah, we've been stubborn.
I had, boys had to grow up young, bro.
No
doubt. Boys had to become men at 12, 13 years old. Like being men of the house dang there. So it's like
we was in survival mode, bro.
Bro, and that's all we knew. And nobody could tell us different. Oh, I'm living, I'm surviving. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be that. I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? But little did I know, I had a rude awakening when, you know what I'm saying? When credit start to hit, when real jobs start to hit, when real deal, like mental stuff was going on, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, you gotta take all that, you gotta take everything, and you can learn from any and everybody. So just listen,
bro.
Like just listen. That's it. Shut your mouth and listen for a little bit.
And you gotta be, and that's the thing too about being in position to do that, because like that's another big thing too about us being so secure within ourselves that when it's time to teach, whether it's the adolescents, the youth, or whoever, like you said, because we teach up sometime, bro. Like it ain't always like that. So you feel me? So, but for those who ain't get the opportunity to be in like an independent state, I feel it's so valuable to not put them in a survival mode where they can think about the things, like because when you're like, not to be literal, but like when you're in survival mode, oodles and noodles is cool to you, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta eat.
McDonald's. You know
Yeah, feel me?
like,
I gotta eat, bro,
yeah,
and this is convenient to me. Like, you don't have time to think about going to a store 30 minutes away and being intentional about that too. Like, resources, you're not in position. There's so many variables. So, like, when you're in survival mode, bro, I'm doing what I gotta do, bro. It's like you drowning, bro. I'm pulling you under. If this is gonna save me, and I'm not thinking about pulling you under, but this is what's getting me on top of the water. Like, this is what's making my head stay above water. So it's so big on for me to like put them in position where I want you to be in position where you can actually have the stillness to think about this. Like, you can have the resources to think about this. Like, you can choose whatever you choose, but you gonna know that you had choices. Absolutely, you feel what I'm saying? A lot of us, and I don't say that no victim stuff, we didn't have choices though. Yeah. We knew what we knew, and that's all we knew. That's all we knew, bro. So it's like, roll us over to our third. So when you think about it, bro, becoming your best version of you is way bigger than you. All right, give me a second, baby girl. We're going to pack up soon. Y'all hear that? We got to go soon. But nah, becoming your best version of you is really like, you know, Duane, he loved to develop, bro. He loved to self-develop. You know, he's hungry. He has no kids yet. But he sees a future for those kids who's not even here yet, and he sees a future for himself.
About and 4 or 5 of them things.
See, so he invested in himself. You know what I mean, in advance for them things. But it's like we get in that state sometime working on ourselves, not realizing that the work you do for you is way bigger than you, bro. Like, you know, we look in the mirror and we see like us. That. You hear what I'm saying? Like, we look in the mirror and we see us. Yeah. But and the version and the potential that we're trying to gather, bro, that's unlocking somebody else.
Exactly.
Like, that's passing the key down, that's passing the throne down, that's passing the torch down to somebody else, bro. Like,
and even if you are that person that are like, oh well, what do I get out of it? For one, you get a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you get confidence. You higher your self-esteem, you feel good about yourself, you feel prideful, like
self-worth.
Yeah, like you feel like a purpose.
There's a lot
like,
of perks.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like there's a lot of perks you feel for yourself. Now, I mean, and I get it, because some people, I mean, they feel like if they're not getting something out of it, it don't feel you know, worth it to them. But I'm telling you, like, there's so much stuff, and now the greater feelings is what you can give off to everybody else.
Right.
Like, the whole point of it is to, I mean, if you ask most people, especially most men, they say, man, all I want is make a lot of money, get my family together, send them to the best school, give them the amount of love that they deserve. I want to give them everything. I want to give them the world.
That's
what I'm saying? That's what most men want out of life. I mean, pretty much any man you ask is going to tell you it's not even about the money. It's about making sure his family's good and the people around him is good. And we good. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as they cool, we cool. Like, that's it. But you know, there's a lot that comes out of it, and yeah, I don't know. That's all I had to say.
You said a mouthful though, like, and that's real though, bro, because there is them, like you said, like, and again, that's how you can get lost in it. If you ask me, where you lose sight of purpose because you think like, well, if I ain't getting nothing, like, bro, that's like planting a seed in a forest, bro, and thinking just because you ain't the one who get the fruit off of it, that it's not important. But like, somebody else is bearing this fruit one day, bro, and to be honest, we're supposed to be worried about the generations that come, bro. Like, we shouldn't be worried. Like, in my lifetime, I don't expect to see and accomplish all the things that I know my kids can, you know what I mean, or will do because the position that they were put in, bro. So like,
that's being planted. This is family. It's legacy. That's
you feel me? There it go, right there,
the
bro.
Legacy of your family name, of you. Me and my brother was talking the other day, like, you know, we're trying. He's already breaking them, like, you know, them generational curses, really, because I think I met my grandma from my mom's side like once, bro, or twice, and the second time was at my dad's funeral. And then, but before that was when I was like 2 or 3. I never met my grandparents from my dad's side. Gotcha. So like, whenever I have kids, I want to be there to see my grandkids. I want my grandkids to say, you know, and then not only that, I want them to look back on us and be like, them are the ones who changed everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, from this point on, from this name, from Duane Tymous to forever, everything was changed. Everything was different. We became a super strong family. We got rich history. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's to me, that means everything to me. You know what I'm saying? From 10 generations down. Like, you feel me? I want, you know, we talk about, you know, like the Rothschilds and all them. Like, they have a rich family history. You know what I'm saying? I mean, financially, mostly, you know, I'm sure they did some, you know, along the lines of some questionable things. No doubt. You know, and you think about kings and queens and countries from centuries
Come
ago.
on,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm the descendant of King Arthur III.
Come
Like,
on,
you know
bro.
what I'm
Could
saying?
you imagine?
I need that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need that family name, that legacy to be carried on.
I need that picture on the wall.
Man,
Here we go,
bro,
your great
tell you,
grandchild.
at the safe house. No, I wouldn't say the safe house. At the family house. You know what I'm saying? Family location located in somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Grandpa
It's the
Tymous
family,
right there.
It's the family museum. Go ahead. You see where it started right here.
Alright.
Boom. Like, you know, and to me, that's like the dopest feeling ever, is to know that I have the power to create that. That's what gives me purpose. That's what gives me life. Like you said, I don't even got kids now. I don't got one on the way, but I can feel it. Like, I know it's coming. So it's like, this is my reason. This is why it has to happen. And that's why I work every day hard on myself, not just on my 9 to 5 in life, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with you, bro. We've been building this foundation since, a little minute now. Yeah. I mean, forever, for real.
I'm about to say, who knows to really call it when the journey starts, because the journey started out the womb, for real.
Exactly,
but,
bro. The purpose was already given to us, bro.
But we've been more intentional within the past, I say 5 years. You know, definitely picked up the intentionality within it. But yeah, man, the pursuit's there. You just got to make sure you understand that it's bigger than you, like, and really, you know, do the shadow work. Go. Just go to work, man. Development is such a beautiful thing. Show up, show out. But, like, continue to do it. And I know that I just went so scared because that just turned us up. I feel it. I feel the energy. It's like, that's one of those subjects.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's like one of those things where what hurts me, bro, is like seeing people that don't see that. You know what I'm saying? And trying to, like, give that to people. And
it's hard, bro.
They can't take it. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. It's like you want to give this to somebody and they just refusing to take it, kind of thing. Or it's just like you see that people just don't care. Like, again, that's their right. Whatever they want to do, that's on them. But it hurts to see that some people just don't care. Like, you know, and it maybe there's some trauma behind it. There's something that's built behind it. But it just, you know, you know, it's bigger than y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even if you don't have kids, you can
still an impact.
Somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That can help their kids or help their family or help just them in life. And to me, I feel like that's what purpose is. Like, it's just about helping people. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
Bigger than you,
Each
bro.
one teach one, bro. We all trying to get to the same place, for real.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it, bro. That's good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We could drop the mic there because, like,
I wish I could just drop it.
Oh, man, listen, because it's that, bro. But, and just taking all those components, so each supporting, you know, topic that we just said, just, you know, just kind of compound them and build on them and build a nice little foundation out of it, because we talked about the judgment-free zone, where we talked about first, you know, being uncomfortable and uncomfortable, or being comfortable and uncomfort, and possibly letting that take you out. Yeah. You know, like,
don't let it, man.
Don't let that take you out, and don't create environments where you just surrounded by a pillow factory where everything's comfortable for you. Because
you know what's crazy? Earlier today, I just be listening to stuff, bro. David Goggins was talking about still trading and all this. You know, he's crazy, whatever. But you know, the one thing he said that kind of stuck out. It's crazy because it kind of helps with that conversation with the comfortable and uncomfortable. He said whenever they was in the water and stuff, super cold, whatever. He said they would be in there for a minute, then they would give them a break, come out, sit on the beach for a second, and then you gotta get back in. And he was like, I just stayed in because if I got out, you know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, that's deep.
Now I'm stuck. I don't want to get back in. You know what I'm saying? And I might not even pass SEAL training because of this. So it's like he could have made himself comfortable and potentially lost his dream. You know what I'm saying? Or lost what he really wanted and longed for in life.
That's good.
And that's not uncommon. People do that every day, like, you know what I'm saying. And again, I was talking about the Chili's, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I work
practical.
out. I go to the gym every day. I work my butt off. I'm trying to be physically in the best shape ever. I'm trying to, you know, be great, like, really. And that was holding me back, bro. And I sat there in comfort for probably like a good couple weeks, like, you feel me. And again, I was still working out, but I'm setting myself back doing this, and not saying that it wasn't good. They said wonderful. It was very comfortable. I didn't want to get up, but eventually you gotta get yourself up out of it, and it's cool. Like, you know, we have our moments where we slip up,
no doubt.
But the whole point is to get yourself back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just reminded me. You know about the analogy of a frog in a boiling water. You just reminded me. I had to pull it out real quick because it was in my head. Yeah, so the story goes that if you put a frog in a pot of boiling water, it will immediately jump out to save itself. However, if you put the same frog in a pot of teapot water, and slowly heat it, the frog will not notice the danger and will eventually be boiled to death.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
That's what you just said about the. I mean, the chilies
I never heard of that. I don't think. That's weird. That's probably my first
so
time listening to that. That's crazy. But
just took me there,
that's crazy.
man.
That's so true though, because you get comfortable. Being comfortable will kill you.
And if you don't realize and acknowledge, like, if it's hot, you just ain't gonna get in there. Exactly. But if you in there and it's cool, it's lukewarm, and as people start heating, it starts to heat up gradually. You just gonna turn it into bones, bro.
Exactly, and that like that it kills it, bro. Like being comfortable. We are beings that need to grow, that needs something more, that needs to keep going. That's how we even got to where we are today. Like, and we came from cavemen to this because we kept challenging ourselves. We kept figuring things out. We kept working to something better.
Evolving.
We kept evolving. That's perfect. And that's what we need. So don't stop evolving. Like,
Siani, come here.
Don't stop evolving. Keep doing your thing. Keep challenging yourself. Keep learning. Keep growing, because that's what's going to keep you going, and that's what's going to keep you. It's going to keep you healthy. It's going to keep you right. It's going to keep your mind sharp. It's going to keep your body sharp. Like, get yourself together. You know what I'm saying?
Stay alive.
It keeps you alive, bro. Like, we talk about it all the time. How once you start working towards time, bro, that's when you start dying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you have nothing to live for almost. So,
hey, if you ain't getting stronger, you're getting weaker. There's nothing in between. Your muscles ain't just staying the same, bro. They're getting deficient.
Sure.
Like, positive,
so
bro.
So you telling me these ain't gonna last forever?
Oh man, if you ain't doing nothing, bro. I'm talking about picking up a pencil, something, bro. You gotta do something, but it might not be what you think you need to go do. You hear what I'm saying? For real. Yeah, man. But that's it, man. So just continue to grow. Everybody continue to grow out there, man. It's limitless. The growth is limitless. That's the most beautiful thing about life, especially when we talk about the season of spring. You watch everything just come back to life. Everything that was, so to speak, dead, hibernating, and come out and enjoy life, bro. Right. And it's blossom season. So that's it, man. So that's it.
We just go ahead and say goodbye, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please, if y'all gathered anything from this podcast, don't give up. Keep striving. Keep growing. And we'll see y'all next time, man.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Siani, you want to say bye to the people?
I say bye.
Where?
And the mic.
Yeah, go say to the mic.
Come around. Sit on my lap. Look in the camera.
This is Princess Siani, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Okay, till next time.
See you next time. Happy birthday for mommy and baby brother.
Got talking to Mike.
And Mr. Desmond and mommy and Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Forgot Duane. Forgot Duane.
It's cool. I felt the prayer through spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But we will see y'all next time, man.
Our Father, that art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us trespasses. We forgive them who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver from evil. Your God is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Good job. Good job.